Welcome to Mainteno. In this video, I will guide you through some Mainteno basics, where you will learn how to get logged into the system for the first time, and then how to carry out most of your essential activities. Let's get started. Accessing Mainteno. Your client will invite you to join Mainteno, and you should receive an email from the system asking you to join. Once you have received this email, click on the Confirm My Account button, and you will be taken to Mainteno. Here, you will be asked to set and confirm a password. Once set, please click Register Account to set yourself up as a Mainteno user. On the next screen, you will be asked to confirm which client you are associated with, as it is possible to use Mainteno for multiple clients at the same time. Once confirmed, you now have access to Mainteno. Acknowledging tasks. From the Open Tasks dashboard, you can see a list of all of the tasks which your client has allocated to you. When you receive a task from a client, it is important that you let your client know by acknowledging it. First, click into the task to view it, and check the details. Then, scroll to the bottom, and update the information. Specifically, the scheduled date, as this lets the customer know when you intend to visit. Also, check to see if the task has a due date by which the task must be completed. Optionally, you can upload files such as a risk assessment document. Lastly, use the status drop-down to select Acknowledged, and click the button to update the task details. Communication and queries. Communicating with your client via Mainteno is an important part of how the system works. Here we will show you how to send notes to your client, and also how to place a task under query. On the right-hand side, you will see a timeline, and a text area where you can type a note. To communicate with your client, simply type a note, and leave all checkboxes as default, and click Add Notes. Your client will receive a notification, and be able to read and respond to your note. Should you need to place an entire task under query, for example, to clarify what needs to be done before scheduling a date to carry out works, simply scroll to the bottom of the task, select Under Query from the Status drop-down, and click the button to update the task. Invoicing. If your client has requested it, you will have access to add invoice details against tasks, and also to upload invoice PDF or image files. Doing this is simple. From within a task, click Add Invoice to create a new invoice. From here, you can enter the various specific details for an invoice. Additionally, either now or at a later date, you can add an attachment to the invoice by simply selecting a file from your device. Click Create New Invoice to save the details and notify your client. You can view and edit this anytime by clicking into the invoice reference. Task completion. Once you have finished all works associated with a task, you need to let your customer know via the system. To do this, scroll down to the bottom of a task and add any information that may be required, in particular, the date that the works were completed. If relevant, you can attach multiple documents to the task, such as certificates or images, which can be reviewed by your client. Note that, even before a task is completed, you can use the same functionality to upload documents for your client to review via the same process. Once you have attached any documents and entered any required information, change the status to Completed and click Update Task Details. You have now completed the task, and your client will be able to review and sign off the task, and any associated invoices. Responding to quotes. If your client has sent you a request for a quotation, known as an RFQ, you will receive an email notification of this. To review and respond, click the RFQ option from the top menu bar, and select the RFQ of interest. From here, you can review the task information, and then decide what to do. To respond, enter your quote amount, and optionally, upload a quotation document. Once done, select Save and Send, then click Save Quote. Additional task works. Occasionally you may need to carry out work which is beyond the scope of the original task. To do this, head to the Notes section of the task. From the Note Type drop-down, select Additional Work Required, and write the detail in the text area. Once you submit this, your client will be notified, and you can discuss this further. Should you have any supporting documents for the additional works, such as a quote, head to the bottom of the task view, and upload these to the task in the same way that you would add any other task document. Navigation and filtering. When exploring tasks and invoices, you have a rich set of filters available to help you narrow down to the data you need. For example, when viewing tasks, the default view is all open tasks. From here, you can filter by the client, the site, the task type, client status, and several task statuses as required. For invoices, the default is to show all open invoices, which means they are awaiting approval by your client before being paid. Here you can filter by several different options, such as client and status. In both areas, you can search directly by using the task or invoice reference. User profile. To view and amend your personal details and settings, click on your name in the top right of the menu bar. From here, you can update your primary details or select to update your password. Also, this is where you change notification settings. However, we strongly suggest that you leave these as default, unless you wish to receive no notifications at all, in which case, simply turn off notifications using the switch. After making any changes, be sure to save them by clicking Update Profile.